A student is investigating whether the resistance of a wire depends on the material from which the wire is made. Resistance R is given by the equation R is equal to V upon I. So basically this is Ohm's law equation. The following apparatus is available to the student. Ammeter is there, voltmeter is there. So obviously we are going to take the voltmeter reading, we are going to take the ammeter reading. We'll record both of these readings for different wires, and then we are going to calculate its resistance, that is R is equal to V upon I. We are given a micrometer screw gauge. This is obviously to measure the thickness of the wire. We are given a power supply variable resistor. The switch is given, connecting leads, that is connecting wires, and then finally obviously the wires of different materials. Plan an experiment to investigate whether the resistance of a wire depends on the material from which it is made. You should draw a diagram of the circuit you would use to determine the resistance of each wire. Okay, we'll draw the circuit diagram once, and then obviously wire 1, wire 2, wire 3, we are going to repeat the experiment. Explain briefly how would you carry out the experiment. This is what I have explained to you, including the measurements you would take. State the key variables that you would control. The two most important things that are to be controlled over here is the thickness of the wire must be same. Okay. Draw a suitable table with column headings to show how you would display your readings. Okay, we don't have to write any readings because these all will be hypothetical values because we don't know which materials are this. So first I will draw the circuit diagram. Then I will write down what readings we are supposed to take, what measurements, then which things we will be keeping constant, and then finally the table. So this is the circuit diagram that I have drawn. There is a power supply that's connected to the switch. Then we have ammeter. Okay, that's going to measure the current. Then this is the wire whose resistance we are going to measure, wire 1. There is a voltmeter that's going to measure the potential difference which will be connected in parallel. This is a variable resistor with which we are going to control the amount of current. Okay, so we are going to keep the value of the current constant. We are going to record the potential difference across that wire for the same current. Okay, and then V upon I is going to give you the resistance of this wire, and then obviously afterwards we are going to repeat these experiments with the wires of different materials. We'll keep the current again constant, we'll record the voltage, and then we'll find the resistance by using the formula V upon I. Okay, and then obviously we are also given a micrometer screw gauge. We are going to determine the thickness. Okay, and then we will see, we are also, that variable has to be kept constant, the thickness of the wire must be constant. So in the end we are going to get different readings whose resistances will be different. So this is going to show that the resistances of different materials of same thickness of the wire of the same length will have different resistances. Okay, we'll write down the experiment and then we'll prepare the table for it. You can just copy that diagram of circuit. So the next part, what we are going to write for this experiment, we'll connect the circuit diagram as shown in the figure. Okay, we'll adjust the value of certain value of current. Okay, this is obviously by using a variable resistor. Example, you can choose the current of 0.1 amperes. At the same time, you will record the voltage, that is voltmeter reading. We'll prepare the table as shown below for repeating the experiment with wires of different materials. So this is the table that is being prepared. The serial number is there, the different materials of the wires. You'll record the ammeter reading, voltmeter reading, and then resistance, which will be measured in ohms, will be calculated by using the formula V upon I. Okay, so you'll see that different materials of the wire will have different resistances, which are the variables that we are supposed to keep constant or controlled. We should keep the amount of current same, so that different amount of heats that will be produced should remain approximately the same, because the same value of current is there. You should also keep the length of the wire same, thickness of the wire. It can be measured by using a screw gauge that is provided to us in the experiment. If you have any questions, you can ask me, otherwise we'll continue in our next class.